You can be busy, you can be praised, you can have the job, the title, the followers, and the income, and still not be successful. Let me say it plain. Accomplishment is not the same thing as success. And if that hits a nerve, it should, because most of us are chasing something that was never meant to satisfy us. Let me paint a picture. So let's say you walk outside to rake leaves. All you've got is a fork, right? Sounds crazy, but all you got is a fork, and you start scraping, and it's tedious and it's frustrating, but it is doable. Now, my question is, was the fork successful? So how many of you say yes? How many of you say no? I'll have to agree with those that said no. You see, the fact that the fork accomplished the task is not equivalent to success. It's actually inefficiency. It's operating outside of its design. So although the task may get accomplished, it's not considered successful. You see, it wasn't built for that. It's not a success story, it's a misalignment story. And that's what most of us are doing in life. We are working hard, we are being productive, but we're misaligned with our purpose. You see, most of us have grown up with a picture of success that looks more like a trophy case. It's filled with the accolades, filled with the titles, the degrees, the money, the status. And society teaches us to chase those things, telling us that the more we accumulate, the more successful we are. But in the kingdom, success isn't a destination, it's a direction. Now, let me interject and just kind of clarify what I mean when I say the kingdom. When I say kingdom, what I'm referring to is the system of operation governed by God. It's his culture, his values, and perspective. Accomplishment is about activity. It's about checking boxes, finishing projects, acquiring titles, or hitting benchmarks, which in and of themselves, they're not bad, they're not wrong, but they're not the best gauges or barometers to use. Real success is not just about what you do, it's about why and where your efforts are directed. See, it's impact rooted in alignment with your God-given assignment. True success is correlated to purpose. In John 15:16, Jesus states, "I chose you and appointed you to bear fruit that remains." Now, when you think about fruit is the expression of the plant or the tree that it came from. So every one of you watching this video right now was created with purpose, and there was something invested within you that's an aspect of the nature of God that he wants to express through you. That means success is about impact, not image. No tree eats its own fruit, meaning that the fruit that you produce is not for you, but for someone else. And when you don't know who you really are or why you exist, you can actually be starving someone else from the nutrients that can be provided by what you were intended to give. You see, your purpose is designed to feed others. And when you live misaligned, you might be starving the very people that you were sent to serve. So imagine being commissioned to build an aqueduct to transport water from one location to another, to a location that's in need, right? And let's say that you work on it day and night. It's a marvel of engineering, and once you complete it, it's applauded and it's admired, you get your pat on the back, but then you realize it's actually facing in the wrong direction. So although the construction and the quality of it may be free from flaw or defect, the water never reaches the people it was built to serve. The mission fails, not because of lack of effort, but because of misalignment. And so the question is, are we spending our lives building impressive aqueducts that will never deliver the water? As Miles Monroe said, the greatest failure in life is being successful in the wrong assignment. Now that's a sobering statement. And could it be that it's so sobering because in spite of our achievements, there's still this insatiable longing for more? John D. Rockefeller was asked by a reporter one time, how much was enough? And his reply was, just a little bit more. But that's kind of the general sentiment in society, right? If I could just get a little bit more, then I'll finally be satisfied. So we're in constant pursuit of the next salary bracket, the next position, the next compliment, the next approval. You see, you can be highly accomplished in a career, in a ministry, or a lifestyle that was never assigned to you. And that won't lead to fulfillment, but it will actually lead to frustration. Accomplishment measures output, but success measures alignment. Accomplishment says, look at what I've done. while success says, am I doing what I was made for? Don't confuse impressive with impactful. When we understand that purpose is the target, it changes how we measure success. It's no longer based on external metrics like salary or followers or accolades. If your purpose is the target, then every time you fulfill that purpose, you hit success, and then success becomes a repeatable rhythm. So when you mentor someone and help them rediscover their worth, that's success. When you raise your children with intentional love and purpose, success. When you launch that purpose-driven business that puts people before profit, success. When you show up and serve in your local church, your school, or community with excellence, success. You see, this statement flips the cultural definition of success on its head, because the world tells us that success is a finish line, a distant point that we finally arrive at once we've achieved enough, acquired enough, or impressed enough people. But again, in the kingdom, success isn't a destination, it's alignment. If you don't know your God-given target, you'll spend your life chasing moving goals, shifting definitions of success that leave you exhausted and still empty. You'll celebrate wins that don't really satisfy you because they weren't the wins you were born to pursue. Here's the reality. The pursuit of what we've perceived as success often masks the true search for significance. That's why you can have status but still feel unseen, and be accomplished and still be unfulfilled. But here's a secret and a liberating truth. Success is accessible every day. You don't have to wait until you've made it to feel successful. You can experience success right now in your faithful execution of your divine assignment. Instead of being a one-time event or a highlight reel moment, success becomes a daily rhythm of faithfulness. You're not waiting to arrive, you're walking it out. Each time you say yes to your assignment, no matter how small it may seem, you hit the target. So this means success is no longer a burden you're chasing, it's a joy you're walking in. You're not performing for approval, you're moving with purpose. You're not seeking validation, you're bearing fruit. So what if the goal isn't to climb your way up to success, but to live from purpose and let success meet you at each step? So if you're tired of chasing moving targets, if you're ready to define success the way heaven does, then I want to personally invite you to my live masterclass called Meaningful. This isn't another productivity hack. This is a spiritual realignment for purpose-driven people like you. In this masterclass, we'll walk through the hidden reason why success doesn't feel successful, a framework to discover your God-given purpose, and how you actually move from frustration to fulfillment with clarity and confidence. Click the link in the description or comment full, F-U-L-L, not F-O-O-L, below, and I'll send you the registration link directly. This one decision could reframe how you pursue everything else. Are you building impressive aqueducts that will never deliver water? Are you raking leaves with a fork, praying it gets easier? Or are you ready to align with the design of the one who created you? A trophy gathers dust. A target gives direction. Success isn't a prize to win, it's a path to walk. And you, my friend, were born to walk it.